Thank you for watching and welcome to chapter 11, which is building assemblies. So in this chapter we are going to be learn building assemblies. The first thing which we are going to do is we are going to take our parts and put them together into a assembly documents, and then we are going to arrange them, we are going to move them and then put them together by using some of different mates which we will learn into this chapter. So from there what we can do is we can create sub assemblies, or we can yet add only fasteners to attach components together. So let's go into the software and let's get started and building assemblies. So as you can see, I have a designed part here. So what I can do is I can bring all other parts into my software and then move them into the assembly document. So this is my first part. So what I can do is I can just open different parts as well. So I can just go into the files here and then I can open. And right now, as we are in the chapter 11 and into the 11_011, so I just open this part. So there are other parts which I can select and open them all together. So I'm just going to select them one by one and hold the control key on my keyboard, or I can just select all of them together by using my mouse and then I can open them. So as you can see, I have all the parts here which are be loading into the software one by one. And then you can see here under the top menu, like in the windows, what I can see is I can just tile them horizontally. So right now I have these four parts which I am gonna bring them into the assembly documents, and then I'm gonna use some kind of mates and I want to build assembly. So as you can see, like this, for this part it makes sense because I want to put all these fasteners and these parts onto this one into the assembly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna expand it, and then I can just move this part first into the assembly document, and then I can bring all other parts one by one. So when I am in this part, so what I can do is I can again go into the top menu and into the file section. You can see there is an option which is 6 or 7 from top. So make assembly from the part. So right now I am in the part, so I'm gonna click make assembly from part. So then I'm going to select the template, which is just default template. And right now, as you can see, there is an option like because all the parts were open in software, that's why there is an option like which part I want to open into assembly. So the first one is selected, which was the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the green check mark. So look, in this way I just move my part from part environment to the assembly environment. So as you can see here, we don't have all those options. There are different options. The first one, you can see there is a assembly and layout and all those things. So the first option is what I can do is again I can just go into the windows and I can just tile horizontally or tile vertically, whatever, and I can just drag and drop all of my parts into the assembly document. So I'm gonna go here, and as you can see, this is the document which is assembly, and this is the for the part. So I'm just going to delete this one. So what I can do is I can just bring it and drag it to the my assembly document, and I can just hold another one and drag into my assembly document. And the same thing I can do with the third part. I can just click it and drag it to the my assembly documents, and then I can expand it. So this is the one way in which I can bring all of my parts into assembly documents. Or there is another way, like if you want to delete it, you can just delete them. Yes, and delete this as well. So this was the first way. This was my favorite way, by the way. So the second way is, as you can see, we are in the assembly right now, and into the ribbon section there is an option insert component. So what I can do is I can go into the insert components and I can go into browse, and then you can see we can go wherever the folder where we have our parts. So I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna select them and double click them, and I can bring them and drop them into my assembly document. I'm gonna go back, and again I want to bring another document, another part. So I'm gonna go and bring the 11.3. So again I want to bring one more, which was 11.4. I'm just gonna double click on it and bring them into the assembly document. So these are the two ways in which you can bring all of your parts into assembly documents. So there is another thing. As you can see, this is our main part, as you can see. So there is a small f behind the name of this, so it means it is fixed. So as I'm gonna go into the details of this part, so it have a origin, so which is fixed with the origin of the assembly. So that's why it is fixed, but all other parts are not fixed. So I'm gonna go into the details in the next video how we can fix them. But this is the video in which we just learn how we can bring all of our parts into assembly documents, and we have two ways which I already showed you. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, then don't forget to check the course link in the description. Thank you. Sorry for distraction, but if you think my videos are helpful for you, or if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, I am gonna highly recommend you can go into the description of this video where you can find my course link, in which I have over 10 hours of videos in which I explain each and every command in a detailed way. Thank you.